welcome to The Art of Gardening. I'm your host, Melissa Lalo-Johnson. On today's episode, our first episode, we will be talking about, I would like to take you through my property here. I have 8.5 acres in Kansas City, Missouri that I've renovated over the last 10 years, the lawn and the landscape. This has become a passion. It's become what brings me peace and what brings me happiness, and it has really helped to pull me out of some really difficult and down situations. One thing I'd like to talk about is how healing and therapeutic gardening can be. It really is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And if you're having any type of pain or loss in your life, this is a very healthy alternative for you to check out. Once you start gardening, having your fingers in the dirt, smelling fresh air, bird song, all of these things work in tandem to rejuvenate you and to rejuvenate your soul. So I have found a tremendous amount of healing and peace in my own garden. And it gets you hooked, and you just want more and more, more and more plants, more and more of all of it. So I hope you enjoy what you're about to see, and leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. One of my most favorite things to do is to mow. I made these stripes behind me, and I'm very proud of them. I absolutely love mowing. I call it a mocation. It's time that I can actually get away from everything, listen to my podcast, listen to music, not worry about emails and phone calls and kids. I'm able to just step away and create. So it's really funny because I always thought I was not creative. I figured I couldn't draw and I couldn't paint, so I just didn't have any creativity in me until I started mowing. So this is my art. This is one of my many garden escapes for creativity, and I absolutely love it. So a couple tips. If you want to start doing your own mowing, one of the things that you will need is a quality mower. I prefer Scag mowers. They are known in the industry for their stripes and their ability to make stripes even without a striping kit. So I have a Liberty Z with a striping kit on the back, and the striping kit essentially is just a weighted bar that goes across the back of the mower. So as I'm passing over the grass, the engine with the blades is pulling the grass up and cutting it, and then the striping kit goes over the back of the grass and lays it down in the direction that I'm mowing. So like behind me going back and forth creates this illusion in the grass of the bending and then the striping with the sun, and it just all comes together perfectly. So another thing with grass, I use a triple blend fescue. That's what we use here in Missouri for turf grass, and I also have some Kentucky bluegrass in here. I keep the height at this time of year when it gets super hot, I keep the height at 4.5 inches. And if I get some debris because I'm not able to cut every 4 days, then I'll do a double cut and go back over it, the next highest deck setting. And then I'm able to kind of make any debris or anything that gets on the top of the grass disappear. So the grass has been a huge odyssey for us. When we moved in here, it was all weeds and dirt. And over the years, we have done aeration and heavy overseed in the fall, and just doing light seeding in spots springtime. We do use a lawn service that comes in and does a pre-emergent and fertilizers and different things like that to help keep the grass at its best. If you're able to, that's really a huge tip, because all of these things can be done by us as homeowners, but oftentimes on a property like this where you have an acre of grass, it is a lot of work and effort that I am incapable of. So got to bring the big guys in with the big machines, and they kind of crank that stuff out, and then I focus on the week-to-week maintenance. Another one of my big chores here that I do about twice a month is edging. So I edge the driveway, the walkways, and around all of the rock beds to give everything a really, really neat, crisp look. I cannot carry a gas-powered trimmer on my back, so I prefer the battery-operated FSA 57 by Steel. This is a wonderful trimmer. It's very, very strong, powerful, and the battery power is incredible. On a brand new battery, I get about 45 minutes of trim time. So it makes things really, really easy. And here's a quick video on exactly how I hold the trimmer. I flip it upside down and walk backwards, and check this out. Before edging, always remember your eye protection. Now let's talk about daily things that I do. So as I'm just walking around the property, I'm keeping an eye out for things that have gone to seed that need to be cut and then redistributed around the property or shared with friends. So I love sharing my seeds with friends and my plants with friends. Right now in the Midwest, in what are we, the beginning of July, it is time to harvest the columbine, so everything has gone to seed. There are thousands of seeds in one plant, that come off the tips. So I collect everything in a bucket. I always have a bucket around with me. I collect everything in the bucket and then store it in the garage for a week or two, let it dry out, and then I'll sprinkle the seeds back around in the garden beds that need a little bit of fill-in. So this is a constant thing, but it's also knowing about your plants, what's going to seed, and being able to pull those seeds at the proper timing, and then how you're supposed to put them out. Are we doing spring flowers, or are you doing something that's like a perennial, like a columbine that needs to go right out, so the seeds can just go out and they'll spread very freely. So that is definitely something that keeps me very busy around here. If you're interested about learning more about gardening, you can check your local university to see if they have a Master Gardener extension. The Master Gardener program is one of the things that really stoked the fire for me. I did it with one of my girlfriends and we had the best time. It's a 16-week course, and it goes over, each course is different. One may be about turf grass, the next is about vegetables, the next is about pests. So it goes over kind of the full picture of gardening. It is for beginners and it is for advanced. No one person knows everything there is to know about gardening. So there's always ways to increase your knowledge, and Master Gardener program is one of them. It is learning where it is under a researched, scientific-based forum. So everything that we learn about are things that the university has studied, and then we are able to take that into the community and teach people. So it's a really great program, and I really encourage you to just Google your city and Master Gardener to see if there is a local extension near you to get you jump started, or to just meet more people that are similarly minded. I have acquired so many plants from my friends that I met at Master Gardeners, and I have created some really lifelong friendships from doing that class. It's been really great. So definitely check that out. Check out Fancy Flower Farmer on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And I will see you guys next week for one of my guest appearances from the Kurt Wilkinson, who is a mastermind of the garden. His garden has inspired me in so many ways, and I cannot wait for you to meet him and to see some photos of his beautiful, beautiful handmade garden. Until next week.